And this is Ken Kraetzer at the United States Military Academy. I have a chance to talk with one of the Army football players, John Voit. And John's a sophomore defensive lineman, had a big game against Bucknell on Saturday. And John, good to meet you, and I know you had a vigorous practice out there.
Yeah, yes, sir. Getting ready for Rice. They're going to be a tough opponent, and they're going to play hard. So we're just make sure we're getting ready for them, and I'm sure they're going to throw a lot of stuff at us. So we got to be ready.
Absolutely, and we were saying that you made a big play early in the Bucknell game on Saturday, sneaking through the offensive line and blocking a field goal. That was really key when that game was no score. What was it like? Just tell us a little bit about that play.
So a lot of teams can take the extra point off or field goal off, and I think as a defense we really try to take pride and not take that play off and go hard. And I think me and Jordan kind of compete a little because he had a blocked field goal too. I think he has two, and I just knew I think I could get through there, and I broke through the line and reached out and I hit it. So I was pretty excited.
That's neat. Now, the coaches have told us that you have an incredible work ethic and that you've earned playing time by just all the things that you do to prepare yourself for practice or for a game. What was your philosophy coming in about playing football and making an impression on the team and being able to contribute?
Yeah, no, I realized that I have this opportunity once, I don't want to regret anything. I want to look back and see, I didn't take that rep or I didn't work hard enough. So I really just love the game. I love working at it. I love just, being the best I can be. And I think that's what I carried out through, and I'll carry out through the rest of my career here. So
absolutely. And just tell us about where you're from and what high school you went to.
I'm from Wildwood, Missouri, Lafayette High School. That's about it.
Where is that near?
It's an hour west of St. Louis, so it's in between St. Louis and Columbia. That's the best I got. It's kind of a little town, not too little, but it's outer suburbs of St. Louis.
That's great. And just tell us, you mentioned having some military in your family. Why you decided to enroll at West Point?
Just an opportunity after, get a great education, and plus I get to play football at one of the finest schools in the country. So that's what really kind of brought me here.
Okay. And any military that kind of inspired you on going to the military academy?
Yes, my grandfather was a colonel in World War II. He was actually in the Battle of the Bulge, and military is kind of something I kind of growing up and loved to play with like the Army guys and stuff like that. So I think that's kind of a big thing, and my family's real patriotic. So.
Absolutely. I had an uncle, my Uncle Warren served in the Battle of the Bulge as an Army artillery officer. Now tell us a little bit about, now you're in your sophomore year, and you've been doing the military duties, summer training, and the football and the academic side. Tell us a little bit about your academic side and how you balance your time so that you can do all these things.
You're right. It's just finding that balance. You really want to do your work up here and get that done, but academics is just as important. So study hall is huge for me. Really making sure I get my homework done earlier in the week, so I'm prepared and I can focus on the games on the weekends. So that's the big thing for me. Just getting stuff done and being prepared.
Absolutely. Now, in past years, Army's had some challenges on the defensive line, just having players big enough to deal with the offensive lines. And you guys have been really holding your own this year, especially like out at Penn State. You were playing so well. What does it take just to play the defensive line position when you've got to face these 300-pound offensive linemen week after week?
Coach Mack really harps on technique. Because we're probably 50 pounds. They got 50 pounds on us each week, and there's some pretty big dudes. So technique and staying low is what we really work on, and that's the biggest thing. So we're not getting pushed around, and so we're actually making plays instead of letting them. So.
Hey, you mentioned someone special to me, your defensive line coach, Ray McCartney, who I actually went to high school with. He's from Pelham, New York. His father served in the Battle of the Bulge, too, an American Legion member. And just tell us a little bit, what has Coach McCartney, Ray McCartney, worked with you on, helped you on?
Just everything. He's constantly on me about my technique and my footwork. He's a real laid-back guy, but when he needs to get on you, he's gonna get on your butt and yell at you. So I love him as a coach, as a person, and I think all the D linemen do. And he's just a real great coach, and I'm looking forward to the next 2.5 years with him. So.
Absolutely. Now, your thoughts on going down to Rice on Saturday? It's a team that came in, played very well against you last year. They had their mishaps against, they had tough games against Baylor and Texas, but they've won some other games. What are your thoughts about taking on the Rice Owls?
They're a good team. We know that they got a spread offense. Got prepared for that. Been playing a lot of that this year, but we know they're gonna, like I said, they're gonna throw a lot at us. So we're just preparing right now for that. Like you said, they played some really good teams and had some tough losses and had some good wins. So we just got to look at the film and study the tape and make sure we're ready.
Absolutely. John Voit, defensive lineman for the Army Black Knights, a sophomore from Missouri. Thank you, and our best wishes from all of us at the American Legion.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Ken Kraetzer for Sons of the American Legion Radio at West Point.